Okay, hi everyone. So in this video, the last part, part 7, okay, we will try to create the level 2, okay, DFD, so that you can see the comparison between level 0, level 1, and then level 2. So we have finished in the part 6 video, we finished the level 1. Okay, so having this result, okay, that we have right now, so you can see how each of the data flow is transformed from one process to another. Now, there are cases that the data flow or the data or information can be repeated at any time, okay, as output or input to the next process or so on. Okay, so we have not saved it yet. So the same way how you save it with the level 0, okay, you can click menu, okay, file, and then save as. Then set where you wanted to save it, which location. So I will put it level 1, okay, with that .ccd type format. So I have now level 0 and level 1. So as you notice, class, whatever you declare or presented in the level 0, it should match also with your level 1. Now let's go to the level 2 or the child diagram. As what we have said, level 2 is just an option. If you think that there is a process in level 1 that still needs to be exploded into smaller or into a more detailed, then we can create, okay, a child diagram for that. So let's try to revisit each of the processes here and see which one we think has still sub-processes to do. So process 1, releases. So there's no small processes there. Okay. Process 2, answers assignment. There can be. We can ask question how the student answers assignment. So this can become a parent process. Then third, okay, process prepares answered assignment paper. Now, how you do this process would be depending here in your process 2. So I think no need. And then for process 4, check submitted paper, then it can be that the teacher has the sub-processes to do it or not. But for now, let us try to create a child diagram for your process 2. So, it is not stated here in your scenario regarding the sub-processes of this process 2. In such case, we will just try to come up, since this is a practical process, anyone can relate to it, how you answer assignment. So practically, we can be able to come up with the sub-processes for this main process. Okay, so we can either have, okay, this sub-processes. So this will become now our parent process, so process 2. So answers assignment. So the question is, what are the steps? Okay, what's the process to answer the assignment? So if the teacher gives an assignment to the student, basically the student has to read and understand first the assignment details or the questions, right? So that would be your 2.1. Why I put 2.1? Because the parent process is 2. So we have to begin based from the parent process. We have to assign the unique identifying number. After we read and understand the assignment detail, then we can probably now look or find or search for the answers, okay, for our for the questions. So that's 2.2. After we find or search, then we will write the answer. Okay, then 2.4, we can review the answer. And then after that, we can finalize the answer. You can end up until review or you can end up until finalize. It depends. Now, anyway, this process depends on, okay, how you perform this task actually. Okay, so it varies. So this is just an example. So let's create now the process 2. Okay, in process 2, not necessarily that you have to present the external entity, the data store. If it is required, then we will put. If not, then if it is clear already in level 1 and only we need to show the specific processes in level 2, then we will just go directly in presenting, okay, the sub-processes or the child diagram for such particular parent process. Okay, so let's begin. Now, we said that there should be vertical alignment, vertical balancing. What the parent process get should also be the same with what the child get. What the parent process give will also be the same that the child will give. So in this example, process number 2 started, okay? The process 2 receives, okay, or gets answer details from the student. However, before the student gets the answers, okay, basically the main input, okay, for process 2 is actually the assignment details, because practically you could not answer the assignment without the assignment details. Okay? Or you could not find the answers if there is no questions or assignment details. So I will try to create or add now a new blank page. So this is now for our, okay, level 2. Okay, so for our level 2, so I already put here class, okay, process 2.1, read and understand the assignment details, okay? So as, what would be the input in this process? So as you notice in level 1, okay, from the parent process, there are two inputs as what I have mentioned. One is coming from the student, and which is the answer details, and the other one, actually the student who receives the assignment details that is of related or connected to the input that the student gives to process number 2. Anyway, here in our level 2, we did not put anymore here the external entity. Okay, so we just directly put the input since it is understood already, okay, based from level 1. So here, the first input is assignment detail, because what we have here, okay, we have to relate it to the process. Read and understand the assignment. So basically, the input here will first be the assignment details. So we will put now, okay, the assignment details. Okay, so I have here now the input to 2.1 class, which is the assignment details coming from the process 1 in our level 1 given to the student. Okay, so to do process number 2.2, okay, so we will add, okay, another, okay, process symbol, okay. Okay, so as you can see here, I have now process 2.2. Now, process 2.2, search for answer. So, who will search answer? It is the student. So, in searching answer, the student is actually getting the answers. So, this answer details becomes the input to our process 2.2. Okay, so we can have it separate here. Okay, so we have now process 2.2 with the input answer details coming from the student. Okay, so now we will connect 2.1 and 2.2, since this will not create a data flow diagram if they are not having the data flow. So we will try to connect. So the thing now is that what is the input to 2.1 and what is the output of 2.1 that will become input to 2.2. So since this is the input of 2.1 assignment details, so once it is being processed, actually if you process this assignment details using the process here, it should be converted like it is now an understood assignment. Okay, so to show the transformation of this input. However, it is still understood, okay, whether it is an understood assignment or the student is confused with the assignment, okay, so it would still mean the same. So we don't need to put there the understood assignment details, okay, if we base it from the process name. So we will indicate here just the same, what is the input. This will also become the output. Okay, so I have here now class. Okay, so the next process after 2.2 is to write the answer. Okay, so we have process 2.2. Okay, write answer. Okay, So we have now 2.3 right answer. So if you notice in 2.2, the latest input that 2.2 receive is from the student, which is the answer details. Now, what is the input now to process 2.3 based from 2.2? So we have here search for answer. Okay, it's very obvious that when you search for answer, okay, so the output there will also be the answer. Okay, so here the data flow going to 2.3 will be the answer details. Okay, so if you try to understand the process here class 2.3 right answer, where you will write the answer. Now notice that from the parent process 2, okay, you save the answer details in the notebook. So practically, this means that when the student write the answer, the student writes it in the notebook. So you can include here, okay, you can put here at the same time the data store, okay, you may put the data store here or you may not put the data store, okay, also. Just you need to indicate here, okay, an arrow, okay, a data flow, it would mean that, okay, it is actually written or saved in the notebook. Okay, so no need to repeat. Again, you may or may put also the data store. It's up to you. But it is already understood since this one is part of the parent process. Okay, so here class, as you see, I just kept hanging, same like this, because it is understood. Again, it is understood in the parent process where does data come from. Okay, so the next is to review the answer and finalize the answer. Okay, so I just include now 2.4 review answer and finalize answer. So if we try to connect it now here, okay, so there should be a data flow, okay, from one process to another. So this should not end like this. Instead, there should be an output, okay, from the process. Remember, at least one input and one output for the process. So as you notice now, what is the output in 2.3 that will become input to 2.4? So the output is answer details. So this answer details will be the output to input to 2.4. Actually, if you are really strict on it, you have to see to it that the answer that the data here is actually transformed, okay, using the process. So if I have here right answer, I can put here the written answer. However, we have to support that because in our parent process, only it shows the answer details, okay? So we wanted to be consistent on it. So we can just either put here answer details as well. Okay? So the input to 2.4 is just the answer details. Now, when we review the answer, supposed to be the output here will be the reviewed answer. Okay, so there is a transformation from input and then it becomes an output. Again, I would like to emphasize, since we have to follow the vertical balancing, whatever is mentioned here in our parent process, it should be the same with the child. Okay, so that's why the input to process 2.4 is answer details. So that can also just be written as our output. And finally, after the answer is finalized, supposed to be the answer here is finalized answer. Okay, but you have to, okay, consider it, okay, as answer details only, since the input that we have from 2.4 is answer details. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So this is now the level 2. As you notice, the final output in the child diagram is answer details. Okay, that's because the output also of the parent is answer details. Now, we have the input answer details to this parent, same with the assignment details. So, it is also shown here as the two inputs. Okay, assignment details. Okay, and then we have the answer details. So this is it for now, class. So I hope you will use your worksheet to do the rest of the activities. If you have some questions, you can email me and send me the pictures so I can give feedback to your answers. Okay? So see you, and we will just communicate through the email.